This is my castle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Modded Survival. I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and if you aren't, then I hope this makes your day a little bit better. Today, the plan is to first steal this banner, and second, we're just gonna go around and do a whole bunch of exploring. As well as I want to head to the ether. So, we'll go ahead and look around a bunch. Ooh, hello. Can take all of that. These are floating. Yep, that's a thing. Um, yeah, we're going to be looking around a whole bunch of the different, like, integrated dungeons and structures, mainly. And going to the ether, and then probably doing some building. Not exactly sure. Because, I haven't necessarily thought this out like I always do. Brewhide. So, yeah. I'm going to finish looking around here, and I'll meet y'all at the next structure, because we do... Basically, what I'm going off of is this list, and so we only have a few of the rarer ones left to go. Yeah. I'm going to look around this structure, see if there's anything else interesting, and then I shall meet you at the next one. Welcome to the Redhorn Guild. Whoa, okay, did not see that coming, if I'm being honest. Um, yeah, alright. Looks like I'm going to quickly just do that, yeah. Glad you're still safe in here. Redhorn Guild. Journal 14. Last week I arrived at the Wondrous Redhorn Guild, running from a pillager patrol, and the adventurers here took me in as one of their own. They may be hard on me, but each other, but now they're family. I cannot read today. Alright. Well, if I come across any more books, I'll let you know. Welcome to the Ruins of the Deep, I think is what this one is called. Yeah, there we go. So, not exactly sure what this one has to offer. So, we just gonna put this into speedrun mode until I find something interesting. Yeah, that'll be that. Right, so I haven't found much. However, I see what appears to be a lot of paintings. So we gonna just, first of all, we gonna just take this, make a blaze cake with this yolk. And we also gonna grab this too, because I don't have one yet. Then we just kind of dig our way in. What the world is this? Other than kind of cool looking. You got some turtles in here. You got some armor stands. Take all this. Andesite ladder. Okay. Um, not actually sure what the point of this is. They're here. Oh, the gears must be, it must be like he's riding the thing. Well, alright. Okay, we'll take that. Alright, well, this looks to be everything here. This is like the, pathway he took, I guess. To I don't know. All I know that I going to capture these turtles real quick in some Pokeballs, and then I will meet you at the next location. Welcome to the Pillager Fortress. This will be our... No, I was going to say this will be our last stop in the overworld, but we have one more after this. Unfortunately, there is another one. I just can't seem to find it for some reason. However, after this, we'll have one more in the overworld and one more in the nether. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and run through this and hopefully get a bunch more totems of undying. Because, yeah. So, let's do this. Why did I just trigger a raid? Okay, so I have cleared out a decent amount of the pillagers now. There's still like one or two left that I can't find. So we'll find them as time goes on. However, there are a whole bunch of notebooks and a whole bunch of animals that I'm gonna go ahead and release. Uh, I say release. Basically, I'm going to transfer them from one cage to another. I'm going to put them all in Pokeballs. For now, randomizer. Yes, this is a the randomizer. We've developed a new mechanism for using redstone. Randomizer. Power to output the signal right or left randomly. Okay. We have Johnny's plan. I delivered an entire village, well, the survivors, to our prison today. The researchers were very impressed. Hopefully I can use this as leverage to finally take over the whole fortress. Oh, Johnny. Melvin's catch. We're building up a very nice collection of specimens. Today we caught a tarantula hawk from the desert. It will be a very fine addition to our collection. Okay. I don't see the tarantula hawk necessarily. Bear, whatever the heck that thing is. I think there's supposed to be something in here, but there's not. He's in the bookshelves. Whoa. And I think the last one's ended up outside. Enrique's raid. I was called to my first raid today. We rode the Ravengers to a distant village and took them by surprise. They didn't stand a chance. I mostly stood back and watched. We burned the place to the ground. Can't wait for my next one. Labyrinth rumor. The legend of the desert labyrinth. There have been rumors circulating the fortress of a discovery of a massive first labyrinth somewhere out in the desert. We're not sure where it originated, but it must have tremendous amounts of treasure buried within. Hunting bison. 5 tips for hunting bison. Number 5. Find one. Or to find one, look for scraps of fur, trampled shrubs, or smoothed over trees. Number 4. It may take many hours to find one, be patient. Number 3. Once you locate a mighty bison, get as close as possible before shooting. Number 2. Make sure to aim for the chest. It is the biggest target and has the highest success rate. Number 1. Cook the meat properly. Smoke it for hours. Don't waste all your hard work. By Gary, the hunting master of pillagers. There you are. Two remaining. Where? Oh. Kevin's journal. Today we had a full fortress meeting. It wasn't very productive. Johnny yelled about taking control of this place and putting it back in order again. Johnny is so annoying. Ugh. Sounds like it. Pier's journal. Johnny went crazy again the other day. I'm still baffled that he hasn't been exiled to the Shattered Lands. Paul was almost murdered, and over some undercooked ribs. Next time I get food from Paul, I'll have to give him a nice tip. Johnny doesn't sound very nice. That is a lot of emeralds. What is all of this? They're just going to take this ore as it is, because I got somewhat of an idea. Okay, I actually have no idea where this last pillager could be. Bucket of platypus! Okay, well, let's go ahead and grab a lot of these cages and whatnot. I'll also grab whatever the heck this is. And then I'm going to try and find our missing pillager friend. That way these villagers will calm down and I can get them out of here. Alright, here we go. Bufungus. What is a bufungus? Find that. Thing with the bear. Dragon. Whose name is Sally. Allie. Oh, there's more than one tiger. Whoa. Realized the tigers were aggressive. Okay then. I think that only leaves a few more animals. Did I grab the Komodo dragon, I grabbed the alligator, I grabbed the tigers, grabbed the bear, which apparently there's still a third. Oh yeah, there's a bear in the wall. So now what happens if I... Okay, so yeah, I would have just released all of them. Okay, I'm gonna finish this raid, and then I'll see you at the Ancient Mines. Alright, so I got here, and before I could hit record, it just started opening on its own. Okay. Well, this is kind of cool looking. The waystone. As... hole. Right. What have we here? Aside from silverfish. like a decent sized. Wow, yeah. Okay. This room looks the most interesting down here. Whoa. Like there's flutters everywhere. Yeah. Writings from a curious researcher. One. Much writing, wear and tear lines the edges of the paper. Considering how the last human fellow turned out, I could be worse for wear. Then again, my expedition could bear a bit more fruit with less risk. Could also do with one less raid, but then we might as well be asking for daily miracles anyway. Daily miracles. Anyway, I'm taking up too much ink, letting my own thoughts babble, and my crew wants me to keep up. Three carvings from inside out. The beams along the wall seem to be made from a form of stone masonry. Material suggests dripstone, an underground stalactite. Rather unusual type of rock, but the work done, the etchings, is rather impeccable. 32. This could be considered less of a hypothesis and more of a guess because the evidence isn't fully put together, but I have a feeling the builders of this mineshaft actually come from below ground. If not below, then least very familiar at very least familiar and prefer their home beneath this strata. Considering these caves rely more on natural lighting from local flora then these must be seasoned cavers that have spent very long time down here. Where the shafts are being dug, from my best guess, is to follow where the beams were installed and see where they lead. We can get past the cold chills and groaning, that is. Alright. I'm gonna keep exploring, see if I can't find any more journals. If I do, I'll let you know. Journal number 2. Put it back. Before a very deep pit. The entry title is rather self-explanatory, but I think it also gives more credence to the underground dweller's theory. Just found a second pit similar to the one seen near the entrance, but this one doesn't smell like bubbling rotten eggs, caressing bits of cobble. It's really dark down this pit, and self-funded expedition with backup doesn't give any room for medical care or injury. When did that ever stop me though? I want to see what else lies below, especially if it gives credence to some of the stories my parents told me about. If they are what I think they are, then I can't wait to see what lies below. Just need to be brave and ignore the pit forming in my stomach. That is never a good idea. Continuing down, I guess. See? Number 2 as well. Wait. Oh wait, this is a second number 2. Okay. Uh, anyway. Whoa. This is massive. Ooh, new banners. The giant dwarf statues are really cool. So, upon further investigation, I have found number 3, writings from a curious researcher. Entry number 5, they were right. My mom and dad, they were right. Their theories, their findings, everything in between, it was all right. I can't believe they exist, even if the proof is right in front of me. Unfortunately, the cartographer and leader of this excursion ain't sharing the same bit of excitement. His eyes would light when I mentioned jewels, but they would dim after I tried to explain the differences in culture and clan for the species. Stay away. Got bit, help left, poison now coursing. Don't have long, everyone must stay out. Skittering legs, beasts, hundreds of them hiding under the rubble. Tried to warn, but they wouldn't listen. Not safe, stay away. Tell family I'm sorry. Stay away from the pit. They are here. That was probably the cave spiders. Then I found Writings from a Lost Adventurer. Where's Lost? If anyone's reading this, I don't think I have much else to survive off of. This may be a bit of a shoddy obituary, but if anyone else is unfortunate enough to fall here, then maybe you won't be alone. My name is Jones, or Indy if you want to be buddies. At the time of writing, it's been 3 days since I've fallen down this godforsaken hole. It was a blunder I made after trying to find shelter from the night when I was returning from a local village. It wasn't a lot of good, but you can go a long way with just a bit of bread. That unfortunately got soggy from the fall into this water pit, yet the fates found it funny to make it deep enough to cushion the fall. Not sure if that was an act of mercy, because the sounds that had startled me at the foot of the hole now seem to echo throughout the mine shafts. I think they're mine shafts anyway. I pray the fates also have some kind of salvation for me, because there's none I could see from beyond the dim lit cavern. You can find your way back up to the surface, and if for whatever reason you decide not to send for help, I wouldn't blame you, then plead for others to stay far away from here. This would be a nasty way to go, having your tomb be a place like this. P.S. If you're scared of insects, I think you won't have much luck here either. I heard a lot of skittering beyond the caverns from where I'm at, a bit of hissing too. Maybe bones? Be careful if you're a bit more liberal with your well being. That's cool. Indiana Jones reference. Writings from a Lost Cartographer 1. We managed to flee from the critters of these halls, and they aren't too keen on us being here. Fortunately, we lost the professor, but we weren't a great deal. They weren't a great deal of help anyway. Perhaps naming the site after their family could give a bit of honor to their name, but that's a side note for the main prize. Nobody else could have picked a better spot to scour than this. Machinery, ore, sturdy tools, armor, and enchantments? This it ain't just any old mine. It's a dwarven hall belonging to one of the great clans. I'm not much of a history buff. The professor was yammering my ear off, so I can't recall much. Planewalkers, they said? Dwarves that would travel between dimensions? Also heard they bickered about the way they traveled too. The specifics are lost on me. Anyway, what matters here most is treasure. Gold, emeralds, iron ore, and more. This could make us a fortune if we invest in it, right? The red and black stones that make the forge and throne are some fine bits of work. Could strip the walls clean with how much value we could get out of them. Once we clean out this place, we could sell this to a couple of excavators and ask for a share of the profits. That's not right. So I'm missing 2 and 4 of Writings of a Mournful King. So I'm probably just going to read the first one and then look around for the other ones. To anyone who may be looking upon the ruins of my own making, I wish to tell you our story. The treasures, equipment, as well as its hidden riches may be yours, but at least listen to my story before proceeding. You would do our people a service by carrying our memory. If you wish to know, my name is Grendel Battleborn. I served as king and leader of the Cinderbeards. We were a proud clan that had a rather unique, controversial form of travel. We would argue against it, saying the domain of the supernatural isn't a place for trails or shortcuts. Regardless, the realm of the Nether has been very efficient means of traversal for hundreds of years. It's discreet for my people. Making portals underground requires less footwork, and the pathways we would make take less time to traverse than it would traveling through the overworld. Take, for example, a meter in the Nether be about the size of a block. That one doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait. If I traveled a block of land in the Nether, that would mean I traveled 8 blocks in the overworld. Travel over 2 blocks, traveled 16. Distance adds up after a long while, and we use this to our people's advantage. Alright, let me look around and see if I can't find any more books, and I will get back to you. Writings from a Mournful King, Book 2. Our kingdom stretches deep across the crust of the overworld, with riches and metals being a source of pride and prosperity. My people lived happily, ne'er having a want for food or baubles to feel content. There were very few moments we would have to go up to the surface for farm animals and other goods, but those moments were often a result of hardships in my kingdom. Still, we fought on, and our people prospered through both the good and the bad. We survived all manner of insect, walking corpse, and the deepest of darkest we could encounter. But that would only last for a generation after my father passed on. While we had used the nether realm as a means of travel, we never exploited the land for resources. We understood this plane was filled with limitless resources, some we haven't even discovered yet. Despite the potential, however, we were frightened. We didn't want to provoke the inhabitants of the realm, those damned pigkin, whether alive or undead. Both would still be dangerous to fight. And the last king knew this before he gave the crown to me. Never fight the pigkin, for they would fight as fiercely as a dwarf's heart. And yet, under poor counsel, I assumed better. We became too emboldened, too confident, when we saw the glistening pieces of gold iron and dark iron sticking out from the red lumps of fleshy earth. We were emboldened by our numbers and equipment. I found it easy to convince ourselves of victory, even when we began raiding the Piglin's bastion. This was our greatest mistake. The forces of hell declared war, and with it they brought their strongest warriors and a lack of mercy. My people fought on the front lines and held out in strongholds of brick and mortar, but eventually the pigkin stormed the portal and breached our halls. They came in overwhelming numbers, picking my brothers and sisters off one by one. The bravest of us managed to destroy the portal before more could come through, but we had left a lot of our own kin on the other side. The rest of the piglins were left in our kingdom, torching our hovels and dismantling our forges. It took us months to find stability and scour the last bit of Hell's forces, but eventually we reclaimed what had been left. The war between Hell and Stone wasn't the death of our kingdom, but the resulting infighting was. Fortunately, I'm missing book 4, so we have to skip to book 5. Unfortunately, that is the end of my retelling. I could tell you more about our history, our culture, the people, or even what was, but the memories are too painful to bring up again. If you have read this far, then I thank you. I hope that you keep our spirit and fervor in your heart, but be sure to protect those you could never live without. Before you close my journal, however, I have one more request. If you ever see my people out there in the nether realm, leave them at peace. It is what they would have wanted in the end, even if they fought for or against my war. That's actually really sad. I'm going to go find that last journal, the first one, and then I'm gonna head back home and we're gonna go ahead and do a Cataclysm boss. Sound good? Good. Stupid silverfish. Get out of here. I found it. Writings of a Mournful King, number 4. After the Great War of Cinders, swaths of my people would refuse to follow the old ways. Said it was too dangerous to return to the realm, with many wanting to make travel between planes taboo. I tried to sympathize with my subjects, ease their woes and losses, but the horrors of the Netherrealm's army swat down all forms of compromise. They refused to go back. Tensions would build, friends would become foe, and war would break out once again. No one would win this war. Those who fought against our ways would die, while the rest of us had little to live off of. We knew we had to survive through any and all means, and we knew we had to go back for our brothers and sisters we left behind. Most importantly, my wife and son deserved a second chance. We opened a portal on the upper mines, gave the departing warriors materials for an exit, and I ordered any leftover men and women to take refuge in hell. If we were so insistent on being there, even fighting a war for that right, then we might as well make it our home, since they still remain in the realm or not. Whether they still remain in the realm or not, I do not know. As for my rule, I gave my duties to someone who would be wiser and more cautious than I could ever be. I passed my crown, kissed my wife and son goodbye, and sealed the portal shut when my people left me behind. Now my last wish is to remain in the ruins of our king's work. My father carried this clan well as the last king, and while I failed to live up to the prestige and honor he gave our kingdom, I hope this last act will absolve me of my guilt. Who's to say that's possible, though, when my people are potentially dead or damned by my own ambitions? Yeah, and then it goes on. Man, I wish I'd waited until the end of the episode to read those, because those are really cool. And actually they make a really good point. Which I guess I'll touch on a bit later. For now, though, what do you say we go do a Cataclysm boss? Right, for today's episode, I want to go ahead and take on the... what's it called? The Leviathan. Leviathan is an underwater battle, so we're going to be needing the squid pet, because I'm not going into battle without it. Which means I also need some more fish. Yeah. And we'll keep him out of my inventory for now. And we're also going to go ahead and grab the potions. So I should have strength and regen. Or that was regen. Strength. And then let's go ahead and head over to the Sunken City area. Welcome to the Sunken City. Not sure how this boss fight goes necessarily. So, we're just going to go ahead and jump right in, and I'll probably just put us in speed running mode until I figure out where we're going. It'd be nice if one of those guys would drop their trident. I don't think this is the way that I was supposed to come into this thing, but it was the only way I could figure out how. Whoa, what the heck? Damn, they don't drop anything either. There was a, so there's something called like an amethyst crab, that's supposed to be really helpful for this boss. The problem is they spawn very rarely in lush caves, and I have found one, and only one. And instead of killing it, I went ahead and decided to capture it. That way I could show all of you guys what it looks like as well. So, maybe I'll go out and... Whoa! That little tiny dagger. Cool. I might go out and try and find another one and kill it for its thing. That way... Because it's said to make this boss fight much easier. So. But, right, time to speedrun this until we get to the boss fight. Yeah, here is the where you could bless the crab meat or whatever, but I haven't really been able to. Like I said, I've only found one, so I haven't been able to really um yeah, you know what. Maybe I should try go looking for another one just before this fight starts. That way, I think yeah. So whoa, that is a cool looking altar. Because yeah, I need this abyssal sacrifice. I gotta place it in that altar. Yeah. Let me go see if I can't find another amethyst crab, and then we'll do this fight. Since I cannot, for the life of me, find one of these crabs again, um, like, not joking, I've looked for probably 4 hours now, and still haven't found another one. This is the one that I had in my collection already, so this is what he looks like. Very cool. And now he is very dead. Yeah, there we go. We now have 9 meat and 7 shells. Oh, are you kidding me? We need 8 and we have 7. That is beyond annoying. Okay. Well, whatever the case, let's head back to the Sunken City. Now that we are at the Amethyst Altar, or Altar of Amethyst, if we take one of these crab meat and go like this, it'll give it a beacon effect. If we just wait a second, be able to do that, and we get blessed Amethyst crab meat. What this does is be afflicted by the blessing curse, so it's immune to darkness, abyssal fear, and abyssal burn during the blessing effect. So I believe the Leviathan does all of those. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bless all of this meat. Then we shall go use the Heart of Darkness. All right, are we ready for this? Wait, 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 wait. Sorry, just had to grab the blobfish. Let's get crab meat. Gain the blessing. This will sacrifice. Potion of strength. Whoa. Oh, what the heck? Yo, there we go. What did it... Did it drop nothing? Oh, no, there it is. Where'd it drop? Yo, abyssal egg. What does that do? Man, now I gotta fight this thing more than once. I want these tidal claws. As well as I need them. Wait, no, it should have dropped the tidal claws. Because those should be a guaranteed drop. Why don't... Why don't I see the tidal claws? Let me have a look around. If I can't find them, I'll resummon the boss and fight it again until I get both the claws and the music disc. I am in fact a giant idiot, as I'm sure I'll put on the screen while I'm editing this video. They're in my hotbar. Whoa, that's cool. Alright, well, my point still stands. I'm gonna fight it again until I get the music disc. Because it's what I need to do. Yeah. It's whatever. Plus, I still have 3 minutes of strength. I don't necessarily want to waste that. Fighting it again! And I'll see you back at home. I have acquired the music disc. I only had to fight it one more time as well, so that was nice. Now, to end off this episode, I'm going to add one more exhibit right here. I had an initial idea, but I've since scrapped that idea for something new, and you will see why in just a second. For now, I need to head over to my little build area, get this little thing built, and we'll get it installed. You'll see what I've done. I didn't mean to break all that dirt. Okay, I'd say that actually looks pretty good. There are a few more small little details that I'd like to add, but for the most part, that section is done. To add the small little details in, I'm going to need a bit of red carpet. So I'm going to go collect some red carpet, and I'll meet you back here at the museum. Okay, time to add the last little bits of detail here. If I go like this, 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 and like this. There's one more small detail that I want to add, but we'll get to that in a second. For now, just go ahead and grab the actual items that are going to go on display. So, these are the writings of a mournful king. I actually genuinely liked these so much that they're getting a spot in the museum. Especially this one. Just this right here. Hope that you keep our spirit forever in your heart, but be sure to protect those you could never live without. There is, I don't know, there's just something about that line that I absolutely love. And there is one last little detail that I'd like to add to this thing before I end out today's episode. So, for that, I'm going to need these. Need these common hat grab bags. So, I'm going to start getting some hats until I get the one that I want, and then we'll add the final little detail. First hat. I really get a... Huh. Oh, yeah. Alright, I'll be back when I found the hat that I want. That actually didn't take nearly as much time as I thought it would. So let's just go ahead and... I can't... Okay. Dang it. I need the other hat stand. Yeah, it's, the crown hat. Figured it'd be a nice little touch. We just make the other hat stand, and there we go. Yeah, this is the little Hall of the Remorseful King. Absolutely, or Mournful King. Yeah, absolutely love that little statement. And I actually really do like the way this came out. I think it looks really good. Not exactly sure about the order. I think going 1 to 5, going this way, probably the best order, but I could also see it going this way. Either way, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Well, unfortunately, that is about all we're going to have time for in this episode. This is actually going to be the final episode for a while. I'm taking a break from doing this, so I just wanted to say thank you so much to any of y'all who actually watch my content. It really does mean the world to me, and I hope you do enjoy it. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve this, please do feel free to let me know. I will gladly accept them, even if it's just negative criticism. I'll also learn from it. But as always, I really hope you all enjoyed watching. I hope you have an amazing afternoon, evening, night, or morning, depending on what time it is for you. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.